All right, 2013 Kia Sorento. This one's the 3.5 liter V6 all-wheel drive. We're going to show you how to change some struts. There's not much to these. We've got 3 nuts up top. They're 14 millimeter. 1 sway bar link with a nut. That's 19 millimeter. 2 bolts that anchor the strut to the knuckle. The nuts are 19 millimeter. The heads of the bolts on the other side are 17 millimeter. And then we have an ABS harness. So you can see this one's very rusty. We're just going to start taking apart whatever's easy. So we remove our ABS harness first, and it just comes off. There's no bolts or nothing that hold that on. And then I'm going to undo sway bar link next. These are gas-filled struts, so don't heat them up. Don't try this at home, kids. Okay, so this happens a lot. The threads get rusted, and then you gotta hold that stud that's sticking out has a ball on the end of it that goes inside of a socket, and it's just spinning. It's spinning around in there. So we need to stop that from spinning. And the only way to do that on these ones is to use some vice grips. I like to use the large size needle nose vice grips. And we get in there, in behind, careful not to rip the boot. And we can clamp down on that stud to try to keep it from spinning. You want that on there as tight as you can put it, basically. We're just going to go back and forth, just like that. It may help if you clean the threads with a wire wheel or something like that. You can use penetrating oil, whatever works. So now we got that off. We can go ahead and we'll remove these 2 nuts. Like I say, they're also 19 millimeter. I'm just going to go ahead and buzz these off. Everything's super rusty on this one. Sorry, that was a little aggressive. Should be able to, what I'm going to do now is just, I got a breaker bar. I just want to see if I can spin these. These have a tendency of getting right rusted in place. All the rust builds up in the hole in the knuckles. There we go. And a lot of times they just don't come out. So we're just going to work it back and forth a little bit there. I'm going to put the impact gun on them and just spin them around a whole bunch to try to get the rust out of there. Then they should just slide right out. Just like that. Careful, those might be hot. And we'll do the same to the bottom. The brake caliper hose might be in your way, so in this case, it's in the way for me. I'm gonna go get an extension so that I can get in there. All right, we got that one loose. Now, run the impact gun on it. Hopefully yours aren't seized up like this one is. And we should be able to give a little hit with the hammer. Just watch if yours is like really stuck in there like that. Don't just go at it with the hammer, because there's a good chance that you'll probably end up squishing the end of the bolt, and then the nut probably won't start because the threads get all damaged. So make sure they're loose before you do that. And then just to get this bottom one out, you can sort of like shake the knuckle back and forth It's gonna help you get the bolt out. And I was curious if I was gonna be able to get this out or not, because we've got a brake line that's in the way of the bolt. But I might be able to sneak it out. Yes, you can. Good stuff. Okay, those are out. Now we're ready to, we just wanna make sure that this is actually out. And just set that kind of to the side. We're gonna lower this thing down and take the 3 nuts off the top, and this thing's ready to come out. Okay, real simple. Here's the top of the strut. You can see the 3 studs that hold the strut to the body. These are 14mm nuts, or at least they should be from the factory, I believe. So we're gonna go ahead and remove those. One thing to keep in mind is once we loosen those off, this strut's gonna probably wanna fall down. We can see we're pretty well loose here. But there's 2 things that's gonna happen. One, the knuckle's gonna wanna fall forward, which may pull on this. So you may wanna stick something kind of like underneath it here, just so it doesn't fall over. And 2, there is our axle CV shaft boot that's right here. And if we just let this thing fall onto the boot, there's a small chance that you might rip the boot. So just kind of like hold the strut to make sure that it doesn't fall.
Just put a bolt back in it.
Oh, yeah, true. You could put a bolt in it, but then you gotta take the bolt out. All good. I'm just gonna hold it. Could put a bolt back in it. Because it's so close, you can sort of hold the strut while you take these off. So. I usually leave the one that's easiest to get to. I'll like put a couple threads on it so that I can just reach down, hold the strut, and then take the last nut off and remove the strut. We'll take all the more difficult ones off first. We can take those completely off. You can keep the nuts if you want, reuse them as long as they're aftermarket struts are the same size studs. The new ones usually come with new nuts on them, so just gonna make sure this is separated, which it is. Make sure everything's out of the way, which it is. And just like that, we've got our spring that's broken, ready to fly off. You can see the upper strut portion, the bearings are completely out. This thing got annihilated. Both sides are like this. So now we're ready to install our new strut. One thing you may want to do at this point in time is clean in here if there's any rust, so that our new strut is accepted and you don't have to fight it, stuff like that. Also, the top portion of the body on the inside, sometimes there's a lot of dirt and rust and stuff that gets built up and around there. So now's the time to clean it out. We got our new struts. These ones in particular by Strut Tech, they are interchangeable from side to side. They've welded the brackets on both sides so that it doesn't matter if you use them for left and right. We'll put a link in the description. Okay, so before you go ahead and just order struts, there is actually 2 options for these Sorentos. And you either have a total body length, which is from, I want to say, like the bottom of this piece that's welded on. Or wait, no, sorry. I guess it would be the top of where it's welded on. Where did we measure that from? Like that. 15.5 or 12.46. And they say that it's the total body height. So the body of the shock is up until the stanchion piece that goes down in here. See if I can push this off. Maybe, maybe not.
Can you feel it?
This one. So yeah, I'm sorry. That's where you're gonna measure from. So the top of here where this cap gets pressed onto to the bottom of the strut should be In our case, 15.5. However, depending on the model that you may have the shorter springs or shorter struts where the body of the shock is actually 12.46. So make sure you measure those before you go ahead and order them. And that pretty much covers the measurement side of things. Okay, so in this case, these struts, the threads are the same. However, the new nuts, you can see there's sort of a spot inside of them that will distort or bite down on the threads to act as like a thread locker. So I'm gonna use the new nuts, and we're just gonna stick this thing up in here. So just watch, kind of gotta watch out for this wiring harness and sneak it around in there. But at the same time, you're gonna have to line up the holes. Now your, let me see if I can get this in here. Now the strut may not sit lined up when you go to put them in, but that's okay because the strut's allowed to rotate. It's designed that way that it can turn. So we get our nuts started on here. Once again, just be careful of the CB boot and your ABS wire. You don't want to damage that. And then we can spin this so that it's lined up. And then we can just pull this back over and put it in. I'm gonna tighten these down just enough, just snug, to pull the strut up into the body so that we're sitting at height. And they usually give you different size hardware every time you buy something in aftermarket. It's never the same size. So you may have to push down on the suspension in order to get the holes to line up. And in this case, the bolts are the same top and bottom. They're round. In some cases, the vehicle may have had these bolts replaced with an eccentric style or egg-shaped bolt, which is used to adjust camber. And in that case, well, regardless, you want to get this thing aligned after you change these struts. Anytime you change the suspension or take it apart, your suspension geometry changes a little bit, and if you don't get an alignment done, there's a chance that it might wear the tires funny or destroy the tires. Okay. Now, you can see sway bar link nut and two strut nuts. They're different between each other. The skinnier ones go on there. Well, we can get this lined up. Now you can see right away the height difference between the sway bar stud and the strut. So we're gonna have to push down on the sway bar to get that link to come down to go into the hole. Not a big deal. But I think right now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna torque those top nuts, and we're gonna come down here, we're gonna snug these down and torque those as well. And at this point in time, you might as well just install your ABS harness that just slips on there. So let's get this thing torqued up. All right, so the upper strut nuts that we're gonna torque down, the torque spec for those is anywhere from 33 foot-pounds to 47 foot-pounds. So choose a number. I'm gonna go with 40. Why they don't give you a specific torque, I don't know. Kia and Hyundai like to do that. They give you like a range of where you can torque it. which is odd, but we're gonna go with 40. Now we can install this cap back on the top, this little rubber cap, it just pops in there. Keeps water and moisture and all that stuff from out of the top of the strut. And you can take those nuts and throw them in your toolbox or whatever. Now we're gonna torque these ones. I'm gonna lift the vehicle up for this because we have to torque our strut nuts on those bolts to 115 up to 130 foot-pounds. Okay, we're gonna just buzz these down and then we'll follow them up with torque. And yeah, I have to hold these. All right, now we can get our sway bar link installed. I'm just gonna grab a pry bar so that we can stick it in there. We'll put it in here, I'll show you in a second. That's gonna help us get that lined up. All right, so you can see where I'm sticking the bar under the control arm, over the sway bar itself. And then that should hopefully give us enough there that we can get that slid in. And we'll get our nut started. And we'll tighten that one down to anywhere between 72 and 87. So I'm probably just gonna do 80 foot-pounds. Okay, so you may have to use the vice grips again to hold it, to keep it from spinning, because I have a feeling it's just gonna wanna spin the stud instead of actually tighten it down. Which kind of sucks, but whatever. We gotta do what we gotta do. We're gonna go in this way. Okay, I gotta readjust these vice grips. There we go. And yeah, I guess that just stays like that. I'm gonna turn the wheel through the paces and just make sure that everything clears. I kind of don't like how this bracket's sitting over here that's gonna pull on this when we go to turn the other way. Yeah, that's real sketchy. I guess just stick it in behind. I don't know what to say. Guess we'll continue, go forwards and install the wheel. And once we get that on there, started all the nuts, we torque them down to 80 foot-pounds. That's the spec. All right, so I'm just gonna say, just stick this wire behind here and it'll probably live a long, happy life. Don't forget to, I'm not gonna show you putting the wheel on, you should know how to do that. Don't forget to get an alignment done. I always recommend replace both of the struts at the same time. Just do both of them. If the other one's not broken, it's not far behind. And also, you may have a height difference, which is just gonna mess with everything. Just change both of them. Don't forget to take it for a drive. Make sure everything's cool, sounds good. Got all your bolts torqued down, everything's cool. That's pretty much it for the video. So if you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. If you have any questions, throw them in the comment section. I'd be glad to answer any questions you have. And we'll catch you in the next one.